Hi, Cancerians. All right, so I still owe you guys one of the storytellings about, well, kind of like the big blunt bold message. Whatever comes thundering in like a herd of wild horses. Okay, so we just got summer breeze. Shift your energy. You're one of the few zodiacs who got two cards, by the way. And we have Tavi. Transition and growth are before you. Ooh, these, and no one else got these cards either. Super gorgeous, super beautiful. So both of these have to do with change, right? Transition and shifting in energy. Somebody's feeling lighter, they're feeling brighter, they're feeling like a summer breeze. Maybe it's summer wherever they are. So somebody in the southern hemisphere, perhaps. Um, since here in the northern hemisphere, we're in winter, right? But the fact that it's all about transition and growth and a shift in one's energy to this positive and kind of like, I feel like there's this burst of freedom also that our character might be experiencing right now. Let's go ahead and go down that road and see what does this mean for our Cancerian. A King of Wands and a Two of Wands. So our Cancerian could be faced with a choice. They might be meeting somebody that is warm, wonderful, loving. They could be a King of Wands. Doesn't have to be a masculine, but they are showing up that way. Somebody who's an action taker, somebody who's powerful, somebody who knows what they want. Their heart is warm and is open. And if this is either it's the kind of person that Cancerian has seen and they said, you know what? I want that kind of a person. They may be consciously saying, you know, that person or better. It may not necessarily be that they're, instantly having a relationship with this person, but they might be acknowledging, the kind of lover that I want, the kind of relationship, even the kind of boss that I want to have is somebody who's open from the heart space. And if Cancerian is confidently saying, I'm going to choose this for myself from now on, I'm going to choose people like that to connect with, to give my time to. That could be a massive change. This could be a Cancerian that says, I'm not going to give my energy to the people that this is all about how they are living their future. This Cancerian is saying, I'm not going to give my energy, the best parts of me, to someone who is not warm, not loving, not understanding, not patient. I only want to give my energy to those that are all of those things. Hold on, I have to reach across. Aries, baby, drop that. Drop it. Drop it for mama. I don't want you eating paper. Sorry, my pup has... And down the hatch it goes. I was only able to grab one chunk away from him. He does still like to chew on paper. Okay. I swear, he still is just a baby. We got a 9 of Swords. Even though our Cancerian seems very ready, willing, and able to embrace the kind of life they want, the kind of people that they want to engage with, the kind of things that they're drawn toward, we still see there's like look, I'll just read it the way I see it. Thinking about, here's the kind of lover I want to have, here's the kind of relationship I want to have, is one part of it. Being faced with it and saying, I'm really attracted to that person, I want to go and approach them, but yikes, I'm still really scared to do it. So I kind of think that this is a Cancerian who has a really strong idea of what they want, but putting it into action gets a little bit nerve-wracking. That 9 of Swords is fear, but I almost think it's a Cancerian who is like they're getting themselves pumped up. I'm really going to choose to have relationships and date people that I'm really drawn to. But maybe this Cancerian is saying, yikes, but I've never done that. Maybe they have settled for relationships that were complicated, but still I almost want to say this is a Cancerian who dealt with people whose hearts weren't open, but might have held on to the Cancerian anyway. And this is the first time that they're saying, no, I'm going to choose people that I really want, and choosing someone that the Cancerian truly wants, not just somebody who needs the Cancerian, but someone that Cancerian wants. That could be a little bit nerve-wracking. This could be like Cancerian's going, oh my God, no, they're too hot. I mean, I want a really hot person that I'm really attracted to. This is scary. Even though they promised themselves, I'm going to do this from now on. Okay, so we have the Lovers. We have the High Priestess in the reverse. I would say it this way. whomever this character is, they intuitively know, they're attracted to our Cancerian as well. I mean, the lovers is here, but they also intuitively know the nervousness or the fear. They know maybe this is not something Cancerian typically does. They don't usually put themselves, out there and, pursue things. I'm wondering if this character themselves, look, this person could be super gorgeous, super fit, super this, super that. And Cancerian is like, oh, normally I would have, told myself, oh, they're out of my league. That person wouldn't be interested in me. This character has a good heart, just like Cancerian does. Nobody's out of anybody's league, first off. All human beings are of equal worth and value. And beauty truly boils down to just what our preference is. Maybe this person is like a perfect specimen of like abs and stuff like that, but even that doesn't mean that that's what everybody finds attractive. And the fact that they may have like some physical beauty to them, that may just be their natural body morphology. They put on muscle mass really easily, and it's not their fault they look, super ripped. That may have no bearing on who they are as a person. They maybe could care less about looks, certainly not care about their own looks. And so it's really, I think that the big message on this is, if our Cancerian is transforming so much that they're going to put themselves out there, they're going to go after the people, the situations, the interests that they truly have, especially when we talk about them choosing to go after the romantic partners that they genuinely are drawn toward, to not let themselves get intimidated by, oh, but that person's so attractive. Because here it says this person is just as attracted to Cancer. You don't know, but they might be feeling just as fearful, like, oh God, Cancer's so hot, I'm so nervous. It's like two people that, I don't know, I'm just feeling like this is two people that just want, like, I'm drawn to you because you're kind, I'm drawn to you because you're beautiful, but part of your beauty is the fact that, I want somebody that I feel is warm-hearted and loving. Both characters need that same thing, but I do think that physical attributes could almost get in the way and make somebody feel nervous. And it's ironic because I feel like this character thinks Cancerian is super, super, super attractive. And it's just funny how we have two like characters that probably are both gorgeous people, and they both are, they're so humble they don't know that. Knight of Swords. So they definitely want to move toward the Cancerian in this. They too feel the Cancerian is super attractive. So I'm wondering if we have two beautiful but shy people who maybe haven't had the greatest of relationships in the past, so they don't know how attractive they are to anybody else. They're just a little bit up in their heads. I think both of these characters are just a little bit up in their heads. They're a little bit less fearful than Cancerian, but we still have the Nine of Swords, and it is still kind of at a tilted angle. It's not fully, in the reverse. So I'm going to say that they have